Hello, welcome back to End of the Line. We continue our tutorial on Meteor. Last time we made it through steps 0 all the way through step 6, deploying our app. We're worked on a local app, be running Meteor on our terminal. Access a local app for a simple to-do application. And the final step we did was actually deploying to Meteor's cloud deployment platform where I had a little bit different set of to-do items. But today we're going to continue on with the Meteor tutorial. Going to try a few different things than the last one. Going to try to make these episodes shorter, so we may break up some of these last remaining ones into multiple episodes, so they're easier to edit. Personally, that's a little bit selfish of me, but also easier to consume than someone watching the videos. You don't have to invest quite so much time into sitting down for 30 minutes to watch me ramble on. Anyway, so we're going to move on to the next one, which is running on mobile. And we're going to run our application, our to-do list application we talked about, on a, we're going to use the iOS emulator using via Xcode. They also provide instructions here on how to do it via Android. So I suppose if you're an Android developer or you're not on a Mac platform, then or don't have a good iOS emulator, then you'll be able to use the Android emulator, which I'm sure is much more freely available and on more platforms than probably the iOS emulator. Anyway, so we're gonna get started on this. We need to make sure Xcode is installed, so I'm going to just check real quick to make sure that I have Xcode installed and it's up to date before we get going. And so once it gets started, we have to update it, we will, but we're going to start off by installing the iOS SDK from Meteor. So it's installing, let me see, we get this started up. All right, so yeah, we got it running. And everything looks good. Perfect. All right, so we're going to create a new terminal, and we're going to install the SDK, iOS. You can see it, check to see the Xcode is installed and the license was agreed to. So we are doubly good, so it's installed. And then we'll run through the setup process to build an iOS app from your project. So we'll type in Meteor, add platform, iOS. So this is, I think, this is actually adding the bits and pieces to my to-do list application for iOS. I'm adding the platforms. While this is adding, I definitely encourage you to check out the Spotify playlist for End of the Line, to just a sampling of tunes that I listen to while I do programming like this. All right, so we have the iOS added platform. And we are there, so now we can run, apparently. It says we can actually run it, so this is a little scary easy here. Let's see what happens. iOS nanometer command. So I need to have run in front of it. We'll see what happens here. And loading, building, downloading. Take a few minutes. I looked ahead to a few of the other tutorials coming up, steps along the way, and it gets into a lot of more advanced stuff that answers a lot of questions I had initially about Meteor and why isomorphic JavaScript. It seemed a little bit insecure, so I was wanting knowing more about how to secure it, and those are answered in the following tutorial episodes that we'll be getting through very soon. But we'll get this one running real quick here. It's building the mobile project, so it's taking a little bit of time. This is where I would play music for you, but sadly I have none today. Here we go, starting Mongo. starting the app simulator, running. I already had this one running on the, so here's the simulator. Let's see what happens. The 4S. Why am I running on a 4S? Ancient. Yeah, my machine's a little bit slow, so it's probably taking a little bit of time to get this thing started. Let's check out the process. Yeah. Need to upgrade my machine. Try run. Okay, would not start. Oh, here we go. Hang on. It's a huge screen. If I can get this to be something other than 4. There it is. Simple to-dos. And I don't think it's. Oh, there it is. So we cannot start the application though. Record tutorial, and then we want to edit tutorial, and then publish. Done. And then I have, okay, so here's my iPhone app. Okay, I can check yes. We're not going to edit, we're going to go straight to the web and publish it. So there we go. Oh, that's very cool. And then profit. Right. Yeah, not going to happen. All right, so that's excellent. Very, very good. How do I kill this then? Done. Simulator. Oh, let's close it here. Quit simulator. Anyway, so that was that. So we have it running. Excellent. Now we can run on iPhone, iPad. Okay, I'm gonna skip this step. I have to hook up my iPhone and do lots of stuff, and I don't know really it could be useful for you to be able to see that. Although I do think my recording application can record on my iPhone. Maybe I'll come back and do that and add that on later on, but I think we're going to skip that for now. So that's the extent of this particular step in the tutorial, running on a mobile. Next we'll get into temporary UI state and adding user accounts as among the things we'll be doing.